Hi, I'm Andrew and today we're going to make two turkeys for Thanksgiving. One of these we're going to deep fry and the other we're going to cook in the smoker. We're just going to roast it. Now these turkeys have been preparing overnight, so what we've done is we have rubbed under the skin just to make sure they get a nice bit of flavour, just with a bit of some fresh thyme, some oregano and some bay leaves, a little bit of oil and salt. Now to get it under the skin, what you have to do is quite often you have to make a little incision and then you can stuff the rub right under the skin there. You can see where that's been rubbed under there, and then also under this side here. See how we've gotten it all the way in and left that overnight just to give it a little bit of extra flavour. Now the turkey tastes pretty good on its own, so you don't really need to go with too much flavour, but a nice little bit of rub always makes a difference. You see, these are two about 5 kilo or 10 pound turkeys, so we're going to feed about 10 people is the idea. Okay, so we're also going to stuff the turkeys, which helps them keep a bit of moisture in, and if you make a good stuffing it can be quite delicious. Now if you have a look at what we've got here, this is a mixture of some delicious duck and pistachio sausage along with some celery and some onion, a little bit of apple and all sorts of delicious things. I'm going to mix that in together with some of these chopped apricots, cranberries. Fresh cranberries are great if you can get them. These are just dried cranberries. Try not to get the sweetened ones. And just some bread that we've chopped up. And so you make quite a lot of stuffing. Now for stuffing, so got some rosemary in there. Whoops. Doesn't all fit in the turkey. You'll find it is quite delicious on its own as a side dish as well. There we go, all mixed up nicely. Now let's make sure we don't lose any of that stuffing. Let's get some of this inside the bird. Now quite a large cavity inside the turkey, so we'll fit a lot of stuffing in there. If you're a little bit squeamish, you may want to wear gloves for this. It is quite slimy work. Get as much stuffing in there as you can, because that helps keep the bird moist when it's cooking. It's very important that your turkey stays moist. It's quite a lean meat. There is nothing worse than a dry turkey. Which is also why we're going to deep fry one today, which is one of the best ways to keep the moisture in the turkey. Okay, we're going to cook one of the turkeys in this ceramic cooker smoker today. Now we're not going to use a lot of wood smoke, so the turkey's not too smoky, but it'll get a little bit just from the natural charcoal anyway. Sort of adjust the temperature to whatever you need in one of these. Get that burning nicely. That'll take about 15-20 minutes to get going properly, so we just get that all ready. For the deep fried turkey, you'll see the setup we've got here is we're a table covered in aluminium foil so as to avoid any problems with splashing. You'll see just got a little camp 3-ring burner camp cooker here. Quite a large pot which should fit our turkey, with a nice sort of deep fry basket in there. Very important that you have a way to lift out the turkey, and for that I guess we've got this little setup here which should do the job nicely. This one's actually a camping cooking pot for crayfish. Also got some fire extinguishers just in case. Splashing oil can be very dangerous. A nice long thermometer that we can stick in the turkey, and that connects to this little device here, and that will give us a readout over here on this thermometer as well, so we can see it. from away. We've actually set this up in a nice little area that's away from everything else, because obviously this, with all the oil, it could get knocked over quite easily, so you want to make it as safe as possible. But over here we have, you know, about 15 litres of oil, which should do us nicely for this turkey. Okay, so what we're going to do here to make sure that we've got just the right amount of oil for the turkey, as you'll see, I have filled most of this container with water, so I can get an idea exactly how much oil I need without having to overfill it, because that can be quite dangerous. So here we've got the turkey in the deep fry basket. I'll just lower that in, see where it goes up to, and that's going to let me know that I need a little bit more water in there, and then I'll be able to mark that off, and that will tell me exactly how much oil I need. Okay, the oven out here has been heating up quite nicely now, and it's up to about 150 on its way, about 200. We can sort of regulate it with the top bit here, and also there's a little drawer you'll see down the bottom, which will close up now and let a lot less airflow through. Let's just have a look inside, and you should see smouldering away nicely there. Now, what I'm going to do is, just to minimise the direct heat, I'm going to put in an old roof tile. Now you can go out and buy a very expensive ceramic base, it'll cost you about $100, or if you've got something like that around, it'll do the same. Next, to stop the turkey going too dry, which is always a danger, we're going to cover it with this tea towel here. Now usually I would use some muslin, but I'm out of that today, and this will do the same job. So we just cover the turkey there, drizzle it with some oil.
That is nice and soaked. Tuck it in so it doesn't catch on fire. That's the other trick here. Make sure it's all nice and soaked. Okay, that's looking pretty good to me. Okay.
Smoke is coming off here now too, so we're going to get a little bit of smoke flavour. We don't want it too smoky today. We're really making a roast turkey, not a smoked turkey. So we might take the muslin off for a while just to get a bit of extra smoke flavour in. Now there we go, that's going to go on now for a few hours, so that should, we'll keep an eye on the temperature here and make sure that it's sort of in that range of around 150 to 200, and we'll be back in a while. We're back now, and we've got a few more helpers and some dogs, and we're going to start getting ready to fill up the fryer.
You gotta wipe the moisture out.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Too much moisture.
Yeah. You gotta get the moisture out of that.
Yes.
Have you got a rag?
Later.
Have you got a rag?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get a rag.
That's the largest goon I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's a goon of oil. I love it.
Okay, now we have the
Good boys. Catch Uncle Dan.
pot is here on the stove. I guess we're going to light it up. And then
No way, man. You
Catch Uncle Dan. Good boy.
I'm gonna stand back.
Good boy, Helmet. Come in,
One
son.
sec, can I just get a picture?
Have you got the iPhone? Don't you want your phone?
Come in. Come in, Helmet.
Look at that.
there we go, we're underway.
How beautiful.
And we're boiling.
Pristine
Good
that coffee
boy.
is.
I know.
Catch Uncle Dan.
And that's nice and
You
stable.
want to go in the pot.
Yeah, very stable on the $70
Oh, so you don't put it in
roll-out
immediately?
table.
No.
You gotta
Matt, if you put it in the cold oil, what do you think will happen?
It's gonna be
You think
dangerous.
about that?
Okay, so I guess we'll leave this for a while now until it heats up.
That's the whole point.
We'll be back.
We'll be back.
We've learnt something not to do.
Slight problem.
Do not use a plastic table.
Showing the meltage damage.
Let's see if we can get this out.
Oh, look at the table.
Okay,
We're going on the floor here,
I think we're going to be going onto the floor. Turkey. Our special lowering and picking up device. See how this goes. Actually, what we should do
Do you want to, yeah, lift that up.
Let's put the temperature gauge in. We've now got one temperature gauge deep in the breast, one in the oil. Temperature gauge in the two. Oh, beautiful. Bring that camera over, Matt. That is just looking fantastic. Look at that. Wow. Oh, bees. Beautiful. One deep frying turkey.
Look at it bubble away.
I think the time has come to extract our turkey. It's looking pretty cooked, so hopefully it's okay. This is the first time. We don't know if it's going to be any good or not, but let's give it an attempt.
Gravity. I reckon I'm safe here.
I was thinking where my feet wouldn't.
Yeah, not downstream. Turkey!
Oh,
No, wait for the. Wait, turn the burners off. Oh, shit.
is the bird out?
Yeah, bird's out. Burners off.
Burners off.
Mission successful.
Well, we haven't eaten it yet, but there's the burners. Well, there's the oil.
If I pass you my phone, you get a shot of the bird.
And this is the bird.
I've got adolescents, I've got
Looks
young
cooked.
children in the bar. bird.
Okay, now it's time to carve. We've got the two turkeys going. You'll see we have the smoked turkey over here.
Smoked turkey in this corner.
Quite delicious. Like that one has come up pretty good treats. It's a smoked turkey, stuffing, looking good. And here we have the deep fried turkey. Also looking quite nice, much crispier on the outside, but hopefully nice and moist on the interior. Let's carve it up. Slice a nice bit off.
That's it, cut it up.
Beautiful. Quite moist, you'll still see in the interior, all that steam rising off. I think we can say the deep fried turkey has been quite a success. We'll enjoy cupping in. We're going to have a nice bottle of Central Otago Pinot. Should be quite tasty. Enjoy.